How to graph y equals negative x squared plus 1 using a table of values. We're going to use 3 steps to do this problem. Step 1, we're going to set up a table of values with 3 columns: x, y equals negative x squared plus 1, and xy coordinate pairing. We're going to use 5 x values: negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. Let's start. If x equals negative 2, we insert that quantity into the equation, and we get y equals negative 1 times the quantity of negative 2 squared plus 1. When you use BEDMAS or a calculator properly, your y value should be negative 3. And so we record the point as negative 2 comma negative 3. When x is negative 1, we insert that into the equation. We get y equals negative 1 times the quantity of negative 1 squared plus 1. Again, following the rule of BEDMAS, negative 1 all squared is 1, negative 1 times 1 is negative 1, plus 1 is 0, and hence the point is negative 1 comma 0. When x is 0, we substitute 0 into x, and we use BEDMAS, and we should get the point 0 comma 1. Likewise, with x equals 1, we insert that into the equation. We have y equals negative 1 times the quantity of 1 squared plus 1, and you should be able to get the answer of y equals 0, and hence the point is 1 comma 0. And lastly, if x is 2, we have y equals negative 1 times the quantity of 2 squared plus 1, and with our calculator or with the rules of BEDMAS, we should get y equals negative 3, and the output therefore is 2 comma negative 3. Now for step 2, we set up a Cartesian XY grid, and we plot our 5 key critical points. Step 1, plot negative 2 comma negative 3. From the origin, go 2 to the left and 3 down, and plot your point. The second point is negative 1 comma 0. Start at the origin, go 1 unit to the left, and plot your point. Next, to plot the vertex, we start at the origin, and we go 1 unit up, and there's our point. For the next point, we go to the origin, and we go 1 to the right, and we plot our point. And the last one is 2 comma negative 3. We start at the origin, go 2 units to the right, 3 units down, plot the point. For step 3, we draw a nice smooth curve that goes through all 5 of these critical points. If you do it correctly, it should look something like this. And that's how you graph y equals negative x squared plus 1 using a table of values.